Are we devolving as a species in general? Social norms seem to reflect this. Well, devolving, evolving implies a direction, and there's no direction to evolution. There's just evolving. What I'd say is happening is we are becoming less group selected. We are losing traits that are good for society as a superorganism, which most people hopefully would regard as bad. What do you think?
Yes, under naturalism, there's no preferred direction to evolution. It's clearly a process that's driven purely by fitness trade-offs. But yes, I think a lot of people would look at the general change and would generally not approve. But at the end of the day, there's no will to change the situation, so therefore things are not going to change.
They're going to get worse.
They're going to get worse, yes.
The social norms, it's very interesting that paper by Cattle, which was published in about 1936, called A Society with Declining Intelligence Quotient. And it's also discussed in Herdside and Murray, the bell curve. It's an extraordinarily prescient paper which states that what's going to happen is you're going to have a society that's increasingly just obsessed with sex, where there's a breakdown of all politeness. That's what should happen, because there's a long list of the correlates of intelligence from Jensen. Things like altruism. Are we becoming less altruistic? I would think we probably are.
Yes, we have data on that. There's several convergent lines of data that suggest that.
Artistic preference and ability. Well, in terms of artistic genius, have we done anything really brilliant lately? No, we pass off just basically mind games and nonsense and shock value as art. Creativity, the level of per capita genius is going down. Moreover, there's data on individual creativity. Now, I don't know how well regarded the instrument is, but it shows we're actually becoming less creative. Diet. Are we eating more healthy than we used to? Well, especially in America, presumably the answer is no, we're not. Height. There's some evidence that height is plateaued. Sense of humour. I'd say that we haven't produced anything genuinely funny and original for ages. That's why we do these remakes of Dad's Army and these remakes of Reggie Perrin, because we can't come up with anything good.
We remake everything. And we don't just remake it, we remake it worse.
Yes, of course, it's bound to be worse because we're less intelligent than we were. Linguistic abilities, including spelling, logical abilities, memory, moral reasoning, musical preferences. If you listen to classical music recently, it's quite appalling.
I think classical music ended with Gustav Holst in the 1920s. Holst was probably the last classical composer by my reckoning.